Hello, you're welcome to Gist Arena. All we do is and gist. We discuss topical, trending, and exciting topics, and we have fun while at it. We invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy each thrilling moment of and gist. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Gist Arena, where all we do is and gist. I'm Cynthia, and I will be anchoring today's episode. Today, discussing with me is Ayotunde and Adenike. Hi, ladies. How are you doing? How's the weekend been? Trust really well. Without further ado, we'll be delving into a very interesting topic on this episode, one that made the waves of social media at the time that it broke. So I'm just going to give a recap of what had happened, and then we'll take it up from there. So this guy, we'll call him A, had come to tell us about his encounter with a friend, quote unquote friend. I think this person was his neighbor. I'm not exactly sure the prior relationship, but they were not exactly close friends. So I'll call this person B, and I'll call the person who came online to tell us about the situation A. So A comes to say that he is a dog photographer. He takes pictures of dogs and puppies, and that's just what he does, and he's good at that. And then the person B wanted to get married and approached him to come help him take his wedding pictures, and they agreed on a fee of $150, which by all accounts and all of the professional photographers who commented is a P. Like, it is peanut. It's nothing. The amount that that they agreed on is peanuts compared to what professional wedding photographers would usually charge. But anyways, they agreed he was going to get paid $150, and that was done. On the day of the wedding, according to him, started working very early in the morning, basically with the bridal with the bridal shoot and stuff like that, which is normal. It usually happens. You start early and taking pictures from when the bride is making up, from there throughout the day to and all of that. So according to him, by the time he was in the mid afternoon towards evening, he was hungry. He had brought water, but he was exhausted. He had finished his water, but that the event planners or the bride or groom did not make any provision for him to eat or to drink. He had approached those that were cooking, and they said they did not. He was not in the budget. They did not plan to take care of him. So he was very hungry, he was thirsty, and so he approached person B, saying, "Look, I need to go and find something to eat. I've approached those that are serving, and they said that I was not I was not planned for, so I need to go and get a meal." I said it was going to take about an hour and stuff. And according to him, at that point, he ensured that there was no other, like they were not doing anything picture worthy, so to say. So he wasn't going to be missed when he was gone. But according to him, person B said, look, you need to be professional. You're here to take pictures. You need to stick to your work and stuff like that. And he said, look, I need to eat. And then there was some bit of back and forth and all of that. Then person B tells him that if you leave here now, you will not get paid. Think about it. If you want to get paid, you stay and continue taking the pictures and get your money. If you go, you will not get paid and you will not get your money. And then he told him to think well and choose something. Person A thought about it and decided to leave, and he made him know that if he leaves, he's going to delete his pictures. So according to him, since he wasn't going to get paid, person A left and deleted his pictures. And so the whole situation brought about a deeper conversation on social media about the fact that when photographers go for events, specifically wedding photographers, but it also spread into the bigger group of photography, saying when they go for events, they have been at it almost during the whole day, and their clients don't prepare for them to have food and stuff like that. So the question was, are they right or are they wrong? They have been doing that, and it really brought about like lots of conversations and things like that. I mean, some photographers were saying that they need to put it into they have to now start putting it into the contract, saying you have to provide a meal for myself and my assistant and stuff like that. Anyways, that's what we're going to be discussing today. So my first question to you ladies, or the first line of our discussion, would be: is it okay to step up to a role that you would normally not do when it comes to profession? Also, if you do that, what are the things that you need to put in place to ensure that your rights are covered up? Are there some things you need to do? Are there things you need to put in your contract to ensure that you are able to cover your back, and so that you are not left hanging dry, just because you don't know how things are run there. Over to you, ladies.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Cynthia. Hello, Adenike. I'm doing great. Thank you. I'm sure you are too. Of course, it's nice to be here again. Okay, so the photographer story. I agree. That's an interesting one. It was pretty funny when that story broke back then. Okay, so to answer your question, Cynthia, I mean, if I get that question right, you're saying whether it's okay to take up a role that's usually not your area, probably area of competence, or that's not your turf. I don't know if that's what you're saying, but if that's what you're saying, well, I'd say that if you're doing something like that, probably we always say that it's good to try new things and everything like that. So if that's the reason you're taking up a role in an area where you're usually not quite competent, or maybe that's not your area of specialization or something like that, of course you have to be sure that you're going to be able to deliver adequately. So that might mean that you would have to do some learning, okay, acquire some skills and everything like that, so that you can deliver optimally. That's important. You don't just take up a role that is not your comfort zone. Okay, I mean, and of course, while we say that people should move out of their comfort zone and everything like that, so that's okay, but then you have to be sure that you're not just, I mean, you know what you're doing. You're not just going to get there and then mess things up, because that's not your area of competence, like I mentioned earlier. So I mean, you know that you have to acquire certain learning or knowledge or information to help you to perform optimally. And what are the things you should put in place? I mean, it depends on the role you are taking up anyway. Okay. And I also think that if you're taking up a new role, you need to know what's obtainable. You need to know the terms and conditions. You need to know. That's just the thing. You acquire necessary information, of course, to be able to perform competently, and at the same time to know the nitty-gritty, of the whole thing, what your rights are. Probably the ethics, and all of that. It's you that you are taking up a role that is not in your area. Then you should know that you have a lot of work to do, okay, to cover every base. That's what I think.
Hi, Cynthia. Hi, Doc. I'm fine. How are you? How are you both doing? I guess you're both fine too. So when I first heard the story about this photographer deleting pictures, I was thinking, oh, this guy overreacted now. What's there that is overreacting? But now that the full gist is there, well, I still think he overreacted, but it's not to the same degree as before the full gist came out. So let me just break down why I feel the way I feel. So Basically, the photographer A was doing the couple a favor, really. And they obviously they couldn't afford a professional photographer. Obviously, they were on a budget, because for them to also not be able to factor in their wedding vendors, them get for body. Seriously. Okay, so I would agree with Doc about doing some research if you're stepping outside of your comfort zone. This guy has basically just been filming dogs, so he obviously had not done anything that would require him to be tied up all day. He could have actually uh, done a bit of research to understand how people that do it manage that day. That's something that I would say, yeah, the photographer could have done better. But please, I'm putting most of it on the couple. You people already know that you are going to spend a whole day, and obviously your photographer has to be, as in, has to be there. So I don't understand what they mean by they did not factor him in the food. As in, oh, wrong. I don't know any other way to say it. It's just wrong. Very wrong. Because I can't wrap my head around it. I don't think the couple are normal, honestly. Because I've never heard of any couple that would, or anybody planning to get married that would not consider feeding the wedding vendors. It's just funny to me, really. And yeah, back to what I was saying before. I think person A could have calmed down a bit. I don't think I would have deleted the pictures. I won't edit the pictures, yeah, but I'll just give them the pictures as is. Let them go and look for an editor. That's probably what I would have done in his. Of course, I'll cancel the contract. I'll give them their unedited pictures, and that's their business, whatever they want to do with it. They can't use my name. They can't make reference to me. They can't say that I was involved at all in their wedding. The only thing I'm going to give them is the what they call it, the pictures unedited. And as in, even if you're not going to feed him as your wedding photographer, he's your friend. I don't get how you say that you did not plan for the photographer who was your friend. And actually, I agree with including feeding in the contract, as in writing a contract that clearly spells out that, okay, for wedding vendors, if you are getting involved in anything, who is feeding you? So if you are not going to be fed by the couple and all, factor the cost of feeding in your professional fees, and make sure it's higher than what they would have been able to get from from if they decided to ask the food vendor to include you. Yeah, I think you should do that. As in your logistics, make sure that the money you put in for transporting yourself to and fro is higher than what they would get if they decide to include you in their logistics plan, in their feeding plan. And then since we all want to be putting on coat and tie, the thing is riding me a bit, but I'm trying to keep my temper so that I won't be like person A and delete the entire podcast. But it's just wrong, in my opinion. It's wrong. Thank you.
I certainly share sentiments with the both of you. If you're going into, an area or you want to do something you've not done before, it makes a lot of sense that you do your research or just check around and ask for information on that field just so that you don't sell yourself short. And in this particular situation, by all accounts of, comments I read, especially from photographers, sorry, from wedding photographers weighing in, the price that was agreed on was something that was way like it was a giveaway, core price for what was going to be done. So maybe the person just felt like, they were just getting at a bargain, and they did not just, value it, quote and unquote. Madenika, you mentioned something or you touched on something that I want to explore. You mentioned the fact that you've just never heard a couple not cater for their vendors during their wedding, just generally. Now, a lot of comments that I not a lot, but I came across just a few comments that said, are they really under an obligation to cater for the vendors? Is it part of the? I mean, if they are there to do a job, why don't they face the job and do it? Of course, I have a different opinion. In my own head, I'm thinking the whole idea of the event, no, not necessarily a wedding, but it could be another event. But I believe the whole idea is to gather people around to come and, celebrate with you. So, your vendors are also coming to ensure that your day goes well, and giving them a plate of food or how many plates of whatever you share, is just part of the package. So, do you think um when you're doing an event, you are under any obligation to ensure that your vendors or people that make the day smoothly are catered for? And I use that broader umbrella to cover people. Like, let me give an example: the gate man, the cleaners, someone that the cleaners, the electrician that will come and ensure that maybe your lights, is working well. Where do you draw the line? If you're using a complex, and there's the complex manager that is just trying to make sure that you're able, the event space you're using, everything goes well. Do you cater for them as well, or where do you draw the line between, you know considering who you're going to cater for? Should you even cater for your vendors? And if you're not going to do so, do you think you should let them know ahead of time? What to you, ladies?
I honestly don't even know why it should be a big deal in the first place. I mean, it's just a plate of food. Okay, so while I won't say that the event owner is obligated to include vendors feeding, in the budget, I mean, they're going to get paid, right? But like I said, it's just a plate of food. I don't even see why it should be such a big thing. Okay, I mean, give the person food, let them eat. Come on. I mean, you probably have surplus, except maybe in a case where food is not enough, and then you are saying, "Oh, because those of you who were not like invited as guests, would have to wait and let me serve my guests first." Except in that case, but then usually there's probably going to be at least enough, or even a little bit more than enough. So why is it a big deal to give a vendor food to eat, or something to drink? I mean, I'm sure that if I'm in that kind of event, I'm going to look at the event owner like, is everything okay? I mean, it sounds ridiculous to me, that an event owner would actually, make it such a huge deal that no, 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 I'm going to pay you, so you're not going to. I mean, I can't also feed you. I mean, like, come on, what the heck? What's the big deal? It's just a plate of food. It's not that deep. Okay, probably the photographer in this case, I mean, went too far with the expectation that they would reserve a table for him or something like that. Okay, I mean, come on. In Nigeria, although it didn't happen in Nigeria, this one didn't happen in Nigeria, so I don't know, maybe that's what's obtainable over there. But in Nigeria, no one is going to reserve a table for you as the photographer. The guests that are invited, have they even found a place to sit first? Come on, you won't even have the luxury of sitting down like that, and enjoying the fertility. You're going to be on your feet, trying to get your job done, and I mean, making sure that you do the best, that you're being paid to do. So there's probably really not going to be that opportunity for you to, have a table, sit down, and all of that. No, but I mean, he's around the corner, he's hungry, and the waiters are serving food, and he says, "Please, can I have a plate of food?" And then it becomes an issue. Come on now. I mean, really unnecessary. It's not really necessary. It's actually sounds ridiculous to me. Okay. Now, of course, like I have mentioned, it's not an obligation, or it's not like it's a must. Okay, so if event owners feel like, oh, they don't want to, give their vendors food or anything like that. That's okay, but from where I stand, it's actually really ridiculous, to turn, that kind of a thing into a big deal. If there is food, please let them eat. It's not as if they're asking for a cooler of rice or a crate of drinks, so it's just a plate of food. Okay, with regards to whether the event owner should pre-inform the vendor, that, okay, I'm not going to serve you food. I mean, feeding is not included, in our contracts and everything like that. Again, it's still looking to me like, I mean, so you would actually go to that length, to that extent, to be saying, when you come home, I paid you, so no food for you. I mean, I don't even know how to navigate that, because it still sounds ridiculous to me. I think it's petty, actually, if you will have to, tell your vendor that it's just I paid you and that's it. Don't expect food. It's I don't know. It's just not even sounding right, in my ears. But then, just as I have mentioned, if they wanted to, like in this scenario now, the couple or the guy, I think it was a groom that actually um um employed, so to speak, that photographer. So if he felt that the photographer didn't deserve food or whatever, okay, let's agree. That's okay. That is prerogative. It is money. It is event. So he can do whatever he wants to do. But it is food, right? So he can decide to give or not to give. But the idea of not even allowing the photographer to now go get something to eat, that is, I mean, that is where I actually found out there is so, ridiculous. I mean, that was absolutely ridiculous. So because he came to work for you, he should die. I mean, what's that? Guy said, I mean, he's been there since morning, and poor guy was hungry. So what? You should die of hunger because he's taking pictures or something. I mean, come on now. Where is the groom's humanity? You said he asked for drink, you said no drink. He asked for food, you said no food. Okay, let me go and get it. And at least now I'm not asking you to pay for it. I'm going to pay for it myself. You are saying no, you can't. Whoa, you should get that, Jerry.
So for me, I think it makes sense to cater for the vendors as it keeps them in the venue, at the venue, really. And then you're making merry. I really have a problem with being merry and it's just a few of us. I'm that kind of let it let it go round. Let everyone be merry around me. If I'm having a party, I really want everyone around me to be at least relatively merry. I may not be able to solve all their life problems. At least let's remove food from the matter and for sharing love as far as we can be really. So if I really can't cater for the extras that you've mentioned, personally, I don't feel like my party is complete. Honestly, this is me. If I want to host an event, I really want everyone around that area. If it's a complex, I'm actually thinking of the people in my planning. I'm thinking of the people that are around as well, not just my guests that will come, because I just feel like, oh, I was raised with this, so let everyone be merry around me kind of thing. If I'm making merry, uh, and in the timeless words of Dr. Ayotunde, it's just a plate of food. It's a plate of food, and it goes a long way. So I really, really, really have a problem with you having a party and everyone around you. Maybe there's someone around you that went hungry that night. I don't know. Well, I guess mine is a bit extra, but that's the way I really feel about hosting parties. If I can't have extra to share with people around that may not have come for my party, I really don't think I've had a good party. That's me. So if the photographer was expecting like a reserved table, with all the fairity, like he can bring his own guest kind of thing, that's expecting too much, yeah. But just a plate of food, uh-uh. it may not be an obligation as we are saying. It may not be like it's by force, but I just feel like be calming down. It's good now. Hey Joe. And thank you, Doc. Thank you very much. Let me hold the man, the groom was petty. You're petty, Baje. Please, please, please. And to even imagine that is a man that is dragging food with another person, it's not like it's acceptable for women, but at least we've heard of more women doing that. But men, wrong, wrong. And by the way, Uncle Broom, get out, stay out. Thank you, Doc. I'm in full alignment with Doc on this one. Thank you.
Of course, I agree with the both of you without any iota of doubt. And there's this thing that I learned from my mom that I've carried on, and I would usually do at any gathering I do. If somebody, if you're doing an event and you want to serve food, don't look at face. You're about to say, "Ma woju, ma foju sa." Don't look at face to serve food. My mom used to say that even if a mad person comes to my gathering, if you tell the mad person to sit down and the person sits down, you serve that person food. More or less, your vendors or people that are working to ensure that your event actually does go well. And like you both said, it's just a plate of food. You and the reason why you're even bringing people together is so that they can come and celebrate with you. So why exactly would you not offer such? It's just like wickedness. And most often than not, there's literally a plate of food that you can give to this person or to these people, but you just choose to not give them. Now, my own opinion, and I guess in your own opinions as well, it just does not make sense. Now, I want us to talk about something. The last part of the story where the photographer now, the wedding photographer now in anger. Well, I don't even know if it's in anger. I don't think it was in anger, because the way the person reported it, was very calm. It didn't look like he did that of, yeah, he did that of wickedness, but it didn't look like he was trying to get. I don't know. Since he wasn't going to be paid, he went ahead and deleted the pictures and said, "Look, I've deleted them. Let it just be like if the day did not happen." I was reading a couple of comments. People were torn. A good number of people said, "Oh well, that's fine. Good riddance. You did not since you're not going to be paid for it, there's no point keeping the pictures." Some other people said they wouldn't have deleted the pictures. Like, he went too far deleting the pictures. It's, the wedding, ceremony is a day of joy. You should have kept it. And probably, if they felt like they might probably realize that fully later on and want to collect the pictures, and that at that point it could then charge them way more than he was initially contracted for. And they will get their pictures, he will get a substantial amount of money. Some other people said deleting the pictures is like, it's not only getting back at the couple but also getting back at yourself, because you've wasted the day's activities. That even if you won't give them the picture, it's your work, you should have it and keep it. Some other people said that if he kept the pictures, that you will just make him angry the more. Like these people that refused to pay him, or like these people that did him dirty. Like, why will he want to keep such pictures for whatever reasons, or like like waiting for him to come back to their senses? That doesn't make any sense. So there were a lot of opinions, comments flying left, right, and center. So what do you guys think? Should he have deleted it? Did he go far? Should he have kept it? Should they have waited for them to come back to their folly, or should they have to their senses, or should they have just given them for free since they had already taken the pictures anyways? What do you guys think?
Oh Lord, oh my Lord, oh my Lord. Let me first start with those who said that he should have kept the pictures, it is work and all of that. Keep honey. I beg. So what was it supposed to do? I mean, let me put myself in that kind of situation. I came to do, a job for you. I've been with you since the beginning of that day because I said it's been with them since morning, right? And then I've expended energy and all of that. I need to eat something or to at least have a drink. And food is flying everywhere, drink is flying everywhere, and you would not even offer me anything. Okay, fine. I mean, it's your food. Okay. Now I need to go and get something to eat. And I told you, okay, give me time. Let me just quickly go, get food or get something to drink. You're telling me that I cannot go. Come, Ogbeni, because you are what? You are my lord and my master, or what? Because I don't understand. Even a slave would not be treated that way. I mean, this person has been working and is saying, please, can you just give me a little time to go and get something to eat? He said, no, he cannot go and eat. That he's there to take pictures. Come. No, 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 no. I take exception to people, treating other people horribly. No, I personally, I can't stand it. So I cannot imagine that I'm in that kind of situation. I'm not even going to wait for you to open your mouth to say, if you go, you will not get paid. I would have left a long time ago. And that's the truth. I mean, I want to go and get something to use. I can't go. Because did I tie my legs with rope? Of course I will walk out of there, and that's the end of it. I mean, come on now. It was. I'm not even going to, to blame the guy for whatever reaction he had, and that's the truth, because this guy treated him horribly. I mean, I, I'm, I'm trying to understand. The thing is doing me somehow. Like, you won't give him food and you won't allow him to go and eat. Come, what kind of monster are you? Like, I'm trying to imagine. Why would somebody behave like that? And then people are now saying he shouldn't have deleted. If I delete pictures, not mine. Why wouldn't he delete? What does he want to do with the pictures? He's not going to get paid anyway. Abi, should he not go and find something to eat? So since he already told him that if you go, you're not going to get paid. So be it. And since I'm not going to get paid, what am I keeping the pictures for? I don't need your pictures. I beg, my camera. Why should your pictures be, cluttering my camera? I need my camera for better things or better jobs. So, of course, I'll delete the pictures. I'm not getting paid, right? So I'll delete the pictures. And then, I don't understand all that. You should have waited. Maybe they will come to their senses. No, their senses should get lost. And they should get lost with their senses too. Well, what's my own? What's my own? Like, come. If I was in that situation, I would delete the pictures. Straight up. Like, I'm not even going to wait, for Kenny. The pictures to delete.
To be honest, I really think I'm going to give them if I was in the photographer's shoes, I probably would have given them back their pictures, the ones I took. I won't have deleted them, honestly. And I probably would have just given it to them and left, and that's probably the end of that relationship as it used to be. We now become acquaintances, so there's no more friendship. So the advice again that you'll be able to ask me to do you that kind of favor, that one is gone. But I'll probably give back the pictures, really. But what I cannot promise you is that I don't know if I will still go ahead and sell those pictures to some people that need pictures for maybe like their blogs, or maybe like a gossip blog, and I'll just sell your pictures. Sorry. At least that means my time was not wasted, because I still used it. And from what we've learned, the photographer actually has the intellectual property for every picture he or she takes. So sorry, since you've decided to be unfortunate, I cannot promise that I will not sell your picture. At least, like, if I'm broke, I'm needing money, your picture is going to be one of the things I will really, really honestly consider selling, because you deserve that behavior. But just, I don't know, I cannot promise you that I won't do it. T for thanks. Thank you.
The responses from the two of you are just so funny. One, when I attended on is like in the buski, like any which way we go, head to head. The one from Adenike is the, I don't know, anyone goes. I mean, there's no right or wrong, to be honest. Personally, if I don't, I honestly, from the very, very bottom of my heart, from my innermost bosom, from the bosom, I really don't see how I would have given them the pictures. Now, would I have deleted it? Um, I mean, I don't know if I would have deleted it, but I might have deleted it to good riddance to bad rubbish. I would have deleted it good riddance to bad rubbish. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm not getting the money for it or whatever. I understand what Adenike is saying, though, that she would have sold it. I get that. But I would have given them. I wouldn't have given them. I would rather have sold it. And when I sell it, if I sell it, that's if I'm not saying I would. If I sell it, I would tell the people I sold it to put watermark Bagada across the picture, so that in case they want to go and copy and this is Petiana, just so in case they want to go and copy it, they would have those people's watermarks there, you know well boldly written. I mean this is petty world. At the end of the day, they also didn't give me food, so since we're all being petty, let's be petty together. I think one of you had mentioned that givers never lack, and I said that. I mean, yeah, I agree. I mean, they didn't give me food, so they will lack their pictures. I mean, but anyways, I trust that you have enjoyed our conversations so far. What would you do if you were in this situation? Would you have, not gone out? Would you have forgone your food and continued taking pictures, or would you have thrown caution in the wind, gone to have your meal? And if you did so, do you think that this particular person deleting the pictures was too far, or do you think, like Adenike said, it should have given them and maybe still sold the picture? Or what do you think? Share your thoughts with us. What would you have done differently? What do you think this person did not do right? Should they have been a bigger person? And what do you have to say about even the people that were doing the wedding, the organizers of the event, and they didn't give this photographer food? What do you think about that? Share your thoughts with us. Very happy to read from you. Do follow us on social media handles. On Instagram, the account to follow is Gist Arena with a double A, so Gist Arena. On YouTube as well, we are Gist Arena. Listen to our episodes, drop a comment. We definitely look forward to hearing from you. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day, your week, whichever time you're listening. Until next time, I am Cynthia. Greetings from Adenike and Ayotunde. Bye. Thank you so much for joining us on today's episode of Gist Arena. We hope you enjoyed the topic discussed. Please drop your comments and let us know what you think about it. We'll definitely love to hear from you. Until next time, bye.